It was something I've just been working for ever since I started. Long snapping was, getting to the next level. It started in high school, just getting to college, and in college realizing that I could play and be good enough to play in the NFL, and then having the opportunity to come compete in 2017 against John was everything to me. I'd kind of put that to the side and said, okay, if I want this job, I need to go out there and do my snapping, my way every single time. I'm not trying to impress anyone besides, myself. I want to go out there and prove everyone wrong, and that I can stay in this league, because I had just been jumping around from team to team. I didn't want to be just another one of those training camp guys. I wanted my own position in the NFL.
Even these past 3 years, or these past 2 years, I guess, does it feel better having the stability, knowing that there's a long-term contract as opposed to being a rookie?
Right, absolutely. It's been my dream to, stay here and settle it down in Philly, buy a home, move in and really, set some, solid ground here. That's been everything that I've wanted since I got here.
So have you done that yet? Have you bought
I'm looking at houses right now. I already put in an offer on a house yesterday. So it was
pen to paper and then an offer.
Yeah. So everything's moving pretty quickly, but it's everything's fast and life moves fast, and it's great though. It's been exactly what I wanted.
So long snapping, I imagine, is one of those crafts you have to work on year round, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not just something you do September to
absolutely
December or whatever. How much time do you put into doing this?
It's a weekly job. It's muscle memory. It's all muscle memory. That is exactly what long snapping is building that muscle memory, knowing that the ball is going to end up in the same place every single time. Like minimizing that room for error every single snap is, your goal. You have one bad snap, a little low, a little high, you're trying to adjust it, every single time. Even if it's a good snap, okay, you can try to repeat it every single time. And that's what long snapping is, whereas, learning different techniques is not so much my thing like other positions are, but learning one technique and repeating it over and over again until it's perfect,
This is the first year you guys have had the same operation throughout the season. Mm-hmm. Obviously, kicker 2 years ago, punter last year.
Right.
What's the value in that continuity?
It's everything to me. Having two guys that believe in me and I believe in them. We all trust each other. We get along so well on the field and off the field. The chemistry there just shows exactly how well we've done as a group the last 2 years. It's been great that we've stuck together, and we hope to continue to stick together for a long period of time here.
So you have that sandwich making passion in your background.
Yeah.
Is that something that, now that you have a little extra money laying around, you might invest in getting back into that?
Maybe in a little restaurant business coming up in the near future, but no, that's a long shot down the road. Yeah. I do love making food though, so I'll keep that on the back burner for sure.
Your long snappers get book deals too.
Yeah, I guess so. I might have to write a book myself too, but
have to learn magic.
I need to. Exactly. I need to read John's book because I heard it was great too. So that's awesome.
Anytime you go from, left to right side, it's a lot harder than what people think. Not only are you flipping all the plays, to the completely opposite, but the muscle memory, your stance, everything's completely different. Now, I have nothing but faith in Andre Dillard. Everything he's done, busting his ass out there, all the reps, all the, extra times I've seen him, after practice and stuff. It's different. Obviously, I said it after the game. You don't replace Wayne Johnson. He's a one-of-a-kind talent, one-of-a-kind player. But at the same time, Dillard has more than enough, talent. He's more than enough and capable, to handle his own out there.
What do you guys see out of the Seattle defense right now?
I thought it was just one question. No, I'm kidding. Obviously they play well. They played well a long time. Obviously, there's some different guys there now than before, but. Obviously Clowney. I played with him down in Houston and played against him against Houston last year. I put him right up there with, the Khalil Macks, the Aaron Donalds, the game destroyer type guys. Big challenge for us, obviously up front. Ansa too, who's out there. Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. All those guys play at a high level. Been doing it for a while. So, we have a work cut out for us, but, we look forward to the challenge.
Big picture looking.
How great is it what the team's doing for those young players that happened last week? They're doing all this special stuff for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate, situation. I kind of just heard about it, so I really don't know about it, but I heard about the tragedy itself. So, unfortunate tragedy. Hearts out to the families. But, great team, great guys, going over there, making an impact.
Big picture, looking at where you guys are at this season and potentially a turning point sitting at 5-5. Are there any similarities you can take from 2017, that Super Bowl season when you guys went through all the injuries and were able to make that push for the playoffs?
I really hate comparing, to 2017. But yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, we've been in this spot. I think last year at this time, we were 4-6. We're a resilient team. We know some of the mistakes and things that, we made last game that, cost us the game. We'll get them corrected moving forward. But like I said, we've been here before. We're a resilient group, and we'll be fine.
As far as him throwing the ball, he also causes a threat by, if you have great coverage, being able to take off on, those third and shorts and, converting to a first down.
Jan, what do you see some out of their receivers, specifically a guy like DK Metcalf?
Yeah, I mean, big guy, big target. He can run as well, you know what I'm saying? So, anytime you have a quarterback who's a dual threat guy and a mobile guy like, Rusty is, just throwing 50-50 balls, he's very comfortable doing that with him.
I know you played against him a couple years ago. Is there any takeaways you can take from having played him before?
Yeah, we got to contain him. You know what I'm saying? Their offense starts with number 3 and it ends with number 3. So if we take care of him, we'll be in good shape.
I know there's no moral victories in football, but
Yep.
going back to the Patriots game, this was the best defense we've seen from you guys so far. How much
Yeah.
of that has to do with maybe finally clicking for you guys, but also the health and all especially the defensive backs getting on the field?
Yeah, Coach Peterson, he always says, we're at our best when we have our 11 best out there. You know what I'm saying? So that is a big thing with it, for sure. But as far as our best performance, with a team like that and the way that they're playing and also their defense, we have caused a turnover. We came up short with that, and we came second on Sunday. So.
I love the way you're playing, Dylan. Is this as well as you played in your career?
I think I'm playing really good right now. Just coming off the injury, I had a lot of time to myself, a lot of time with the coaches and a lot of players, just get a different perspective on the game. And I'm just taking that out there each and every Sunday.
They give you assignments during the week when you were injured. How much did studying guys one-on-one film help you?
It helped a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm not only just studying a certain guy, studying different type of offense. West Coast offense, power offense, whatever type of offense that we may have had while I was injured, I was just studying that. Also was studying guys, so it definitely helped my film study.
Obviously, in your career, I'm sure you've seen it go the other way with players. They get hurt, and that's kind of the best they've ever played before the injury, and they're done that after. Why are you different? What kind of makes you different than that?
That was never my mindset once I got injured. My whole mindset was, for one, I feel like I had let the team down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I let the coaches down. I feel like I let my family down. Not being out there, not being the competitor that I was. So I think my whole mindset was, once I get back out there, I'm gonna show everybody that I can be that same player, if not better.
Going to Zach's point about maybe why you're playing at a higher level now, how much of it is that mental health of not just having that mindset, but also taking the time to study? And physically you're better, but where do you feel like you're at mentally?
Mentally, it's probably day and night from last year. Just like I said, having that time off, and just being able to learn, how offenses are attacking not only our defense, but trying to attack me as well. So that definitely helped.
Jalen, I don't know if you know what the team's doing for those young players that were involved in that incident last Friday. They've offered a link to let them play the game and all that. How great is that this organization stepped up for these kids and give them a great experience?
Yeah, that's what we're all about. We're not just all about the guys in this locker room or the coaches upstairs. We represent the whole city of Philadelphia.
Sitting at 5-5 right now, you guys are kind of at a turning point in your season. You guys have been here before last year, even going back to 2017, you guys were there before. What is it about this team that makes you guys so resilient, and why are you bought into that you guys can make that playoff push?
Adversity is what made this team. It's what made the players on this team. It's what made the coaches upstairs. So as far as that goes, you don't see anybody, discounting anybody else in this locker room or upstairs. So adversity, we fought through it before, so we can do it again.
We'll take one or two more for Jalen.
What's the challenge when you play a mobile quarterback like Russell Wilson as a defensive back who can turn a rollout or something into a run? What's the challenge for a team?
Really, it's all about trusting the guys up front. As far as the secondary, them trusting us. Just covering our guys on the back end and them making sure that they contain him. I mean, we know he's going to get out of the pocket. I mean, he's one of the best at doing it. And he's been doing it. So as far as that goes, just trying to cover down those guys down the field and hopefully the D-line gets to him before he can get out.
Hey, John, what's different or better about your game now than when you left the field alone?
I think just the mental aspect of it. When I can kind of predict what the offense is going to do, you can just play a lot faster. Everything is just clicking faster.
I know you South Carolina guys hang out together. Clowney's from Rock Hill. Did you ever come across him? You ever know him? Ever meet him?
I haven't. My high school, I think, played against him when he was there. Obviously, I have a bunch of friends that played against him, ran track against him. You know, he's like 6'7" on the track turf. So
with his spikes on.
Yeah. So they said that was like one of the most impressive things they've seen. But yeah, I mean, you know, growing up in South Carolina, Clowney was obviously one of the guys that I watched, just like Alshon.
You mentioned the big catch you had late in the game. What is it like when you know Carson is buying time in the pocket and, you know, the play's never dead, that you always got to keep yourself alive?
Yeah, I mean, you know, all these plays we draw up, they almost never go the way that they're supposed to. And that's what makes us pros. It's, you know, do you react the right way? Do you just give up and say, oh, the play's dead? Or, you know, do you turn around and try to make a play? And, you know, I made myself available as soon as I saw the play or he was scrambling, and I was like, oh, I gotta you know, help him out and give him an open target, and I'm glad he found me.
You know, there's a lot of noise out there about the receivers as a group, you know, trying to do more. Do you guys as a group talk at all about trying to do more for your quarterback?
I mean, you know, we know what we got in our room, stats, you know, fans, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, we know what we got in our room. We know we got special guys in that room. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's some plays out there that we need to make. But you know, at the same time, we know we got the potential and the talent to make them. So now it's just going out there and doing it.
We understand as football players the type of relief that it gives not only to the players but those who are able to watch it, just to have a moment to just kind of forget about everything else and just come together around the game. To be able to do it in the link and then to be able to have current players that these guys look up to come and just say hello, spend a little bit of time. You know, costs really us nothing, but means a lot to them, hopefully. So doesn't change the circumstances, but hopefully it helps.
You spend a lot of time over in Camden in the past years.
Yeah.
And then obviously as a Jersey guy who went to public high school, does this resonate with you in a unique way?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time I've heard of a situation like that. I do a lot of work in Camden in that community, so it hits close to home. But I think it kind of validates the reason why there's so much work to be done in our communities. You know, even in Philadelphia, we talk about just the amount of shootings and that are happening and the lives that are being lost and just the damage that's being done. You know, we have to stop that and address that because it's out of control.
Turning to the game this week, Russell Wilson. How elusive is he as a quarterback?
I mean, his whole career, obviously, he's been one of the more elusive quarterbacks, and I think what he's doing this year, you know, between him and Lamar Jackson are, you know, in my book, the leaders in the MVP race. But I think they've fine-tuned the offense to really work with his scrambling ability. I think he's in sync more than ever with his receivers as far as the scramble drill, them getting open and working open late in the down. He can still get rid of the ball on time, and then he's got a run game to complement it. So I think they just have really fine-tuned an offense that works to all of his skill sets.
Is it just a lot of long developing plays which allow him to kind of improvise?
Well, not all the time. You know, sometimes they're just really good scheme routes. Their receivers know how to work, get open. Sometimes you'll see them do some bootlegs, and then just when you get ready for a bootleg, it's a stop. He's throwing it back to somebody who snuck out on the back, and then like I said, they're running the ball. It's a zone read. So you've got to account for so many different things that it comes down to, you know, one-on-one guys. And when he can extend the play, it's hard to cover anybody in this league for the amount of time that he gets to run around.
How much attention does DK Metcalf require because he runs so many deep routes?
I mean, all of them. Between him, Lockett, that's what they do. They test the deep part of the field, a lot of vertical routes, and it makes it harder, like I said, if the play gets extended. And he's a strong runner after the catch. Obviously, he's a big body guy that we got to get on the ground.
With Josh Gordon getting, a game under his belt, how much more dangerous does that make an offense when you've got those three receivers especially?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't make it any easier, put it that way. He's a guy that can make plays. You saw him, with the Patriots making plays, and now being more comfortable in that offense, I think you'll see that more as well. So you're looking at Metcalf, and Lockett as well out there. It's a solid group.
Also, there's
so many people talking right now because that's your intention.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point. We have a really, it's an important time right now in our city with, all of the violent crimes and shootings. We want to address that as a community, and when we look at the opportunity now to have a new police commissioner, there's been a lot of talk from the community about what they want to see in that position. And we look at how we've been going about policing right now, the focus is in the wrong area. There's, tons of interactions with black and brown communities, stops and frisks and all these different things without finding anything. The numbers are low, and yet the violent crimes, the shootings, aren't being solved. And it's an alarming low rate when you look at how many arrests come from shootings or murders. So we want that to be the focus, not the searches and things like that. We want our police to be able to solve those crimes, to clean up those streets, make our communities safer. And so we got to go about the way that we police different.